nest. Nightingale got a nest.
A nest? Over.
Prometheus, identity still unknown.
Prometheus unknown. Over.
The Germans have moved Admiral Canaris. He's no longer at Flossenberg camp. He's been taken to Colditz Castle.
Canaris moved. Taken to Colditz Castle. Over.
I bribed my way in. I may have been compromised.
Could you repeat that? Over.
I said,
Nightingale? Nightingale? Nightingale!
Why the hell are we cooling our heels here? I figured with Sheridan running the show, it would be in Berlin, kissing the Frauleins by now.
Because the general said so. You don't go second-guessing 3 stars. And what do you want?
Give me 4. Yeah, but why here? I thought we were gonna go meet the Ruskies at the Elbe.
Rumor says there's a VIP we gotta get out of the Nazi jail. The top brass figured if they want it done right and done fast, call Sheridan. You wanna draw 4? Show me the ace.
Come on, I got an ace. Give me 4.
Show me a goddamn ace!
At ease. The rest of the army will move without us. We have a side mission. To penetrate the German lines at Leipzig and secure Colditz Castle. Yesterday.
Speed is of the utmost importance. We cannot give her interrogators time to take certain measures. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Kowalski. I bet you didn't even have a face card.
Ah, hell, General.
I appreciate you doing this, Joe. We know she's here. Colditz Castle. Right across the other side of the city.
It's too bad for Leipzig. We don't have time to go around.
Indeed. The clock's our worst enemy now. Are you sure you can do this?
I got as much reason as you to find out who's behind this.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
The troops are waiting for your orders, Joe. Forward. Straight ahead.
Sir, the Pershings are waiting for orders.
General, you'll have to clear the south bank of the river for the light divisions. Sir, I should remind you that these Super Pershings are on loan. The High Command is going to want them back. All of them. Clear the southern side of the bridge for the light infantry.
Sir, the Field Artillery Battalion is opening fire.
Excellent. Heavy tanks should be very effective against their defenses. Keep up the pace. You have to get across the river as quickly as possible. They're counterattacking. Take care of them.
Allied paratroopers incoming, General.
Well done. Rush Colditz Castle. We'll take care of the rest. We have to hurry, General. Our agent in Colditz is the only one that knows what's going on.
General, Allied Command has ordered the bombing of the city.
Head to the new position. Reporting enemy unit down, sir.
There's the castle.
Sir, we have reports of an enemy battalion of heavy tanks.
Find them and destroy them. They're going to try to relieve Colditz.
Yes, sir.
Sir, heavy tanks incoming.
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire.
Our fighter bombers are on their way, sir. Sir, fighter bombers incoming. Friendlies.
Here we are. Now let's see if we were fast enough. It's our last chance to discover Prometheus's identity. That bastard cost us a lot of good men.
Good God. Angie. What happened?
Andrew, I was afraid the next friendly face I saw would have wings and a harp. Who's the fellow with all the stars?
Joe Sheridan, U.S. Army.
Very pleased to meet you, General. But I've bad news, Andrew. They killed Canaris.
Damn.
I spoke with him first, but he was in bad shape. I couldn't get Prometheus's identity, but I do know where he is.
Where?
Torgau. Prometheus has some sort of unfinished business there.
I don't give a damn where he is. I'll follow him to hell if I have to. A lot of boys went home in pine boxes, all because of Prometheus. Ever since way back in Tunisia, in Kasserine.
Herr General von Richter, we have a message from Field Marshal Hummel. He greatly appreciates your part in the offensive and wishes to promote you to Corps Command. Congratulations, mein Herr.
What for? We had all the details of their strength and positions. A child could have done it.
The Field Marshal's intelligence services were quite accurate.
Not Rommel's spies. Canaris's. That source he called Prometheus won the battle. Not I.
Get the wounded out of the sun and check the dead. There's NRs for water and ammo. Who are you?
Colonel Campbell, Military Intelligence, War Office. Who are you?
Major Sheridan. Joe Sheridan.
I thought Colonel Hodge was the senior ranking officer.
Haven't seen him in 6 hours, sir. Have found pieces of his Jeep, though.
What about Lieutenant Colonel Hanson?
Ah, geez, sir. Let me put it this way. He's going home in a soup can.
Well, gets bumped to you then, Major. I have orders to rally any man with 2 arms, 2 legs, and a gun.
For what purpose, sir?
To hold the line, while we're waiting for reinforcements.
Well, that's nuts. By tomorrow evening, the entire German army's gonna fall on Kasserine. That's where we need to hold the line.
You don't have to convince me, old boy. But you've only got rifles against Rommel's 21st Panzer Division. I don't see how you're going to get from here to there.
Well, there is a way. Let me show you.
We received a signal from an anti-tank battalion isolated just north of Spiba. More or less here.
I see. And from there, you're only half a day from Kasserine. With a little luck, you can get there before the Germans do.
Exactly. I've been trying to reach headquarters for hours to tell them that, but no luck.
That's bold. Not the shy and retiring type, are you? For what it's worth, I represent headquarters here, and I say we do it. Let's meet up with those gunners. Any unit we can pick up is a blessing.
Move to destination. Full speed.
Sir, there's a lot of enemy infantry ahead.
4 against 2 should be easy enough, Major? Bravo! But the men still have a hard road ahead. They reacted quickly. The enemy is massing in front of Spiba. Hurry, before they outnumber us. Enemy patrols! Hit them while they're spread out! Excellent. Spiba isn't far now. Where's the anti-tank force? What's going on?
Major, 2 enemy tanks approaching.
Armor? Good Lord, Sheridan, they'll cut us to pieces.
Sir, the anti-tank regiment has just made contact. They're engaging the enemy armor.
Lucky. That was a close one.
Just like I said.
Don't count your chickens yet, Major. It's about to get interesting.
What is it now?
A battle group of the 21st Panzer Division beat us to Spetla, and the rest of the division will be following shortly.
As far as we know, it has both infantry and armor components. You see, the large markers indicate armor, the smaller ones are infantry.
Got it.
The 1st Armored's advance guard will be approaching our left flank.
They'll slow the 21st Panzer while we get to Kasserine.
Major, the anti-tank regiment has placed itself under your command.
The AT guns must stay at a safe distance from their target, Major, or they'll be exposed to return fire. Look out, Major. More enemy armor inbound.
The remaining tank has taken cover behind the building, sir.
Move your AT guns forward, Major, if you want to get a good angle on that armor. Remember, only the AT guns can take out the tanks, and the best thing against the enemy infantry is our own. So far, so good, Major, but the clock is ticking. We have to clear Spitler in order to reach Kasserine.
Here comes the 1st Armored.
They'll buy us some time to reach Kasserine, Major. Don't waste it. Damn, they've occupied the town. The anti-tank guns will have a hard time getting an angle on that armor. Let's get to Kasserine before the entire 21st falls on our heads.
There are still a few tanks in the way, sir.
The 1st Armored can't hold out, Major. We must get to Kasserine before the Germans break through their lines. Very good. The road to Kasserine is wide open. Let's hurry. The 1st Armored pull back in order, Major. Well done. Excellent, Major. Kasserine is ours.
We were right, Campbell. Rommel was targeting Kasserine.
Worse than that. He's mobilized armor from the Italian Ariete Division.
Look at the layout of the city. There are 4 points of entry.
That means 4 points to defend. Do you think it's possible?
It should be, as long as I deploy the anti-tank guns intelligently.
Excellent. I'll see what I can do to provide you with reconnaissance. Major, you'd better hurry with your defensive positions. Their attack could come at any minute.
Sir, a recon plane is on its way.
You'll want to use those anti-tank guns at their maximum range, Major. Deploy them so that each one has several lines of fire. It'll greatly improve our chances.
What about infantry, sir? Our boys don't have anti-tank weapons.
They won't be sitting still, Kowalski. They'll have to protect our guns from the enemy's infantry. Major, the reconnaissance aeroplane is over your area.
Enemy movement detected south of your position. Alert! Enemy aircraft inbound.
Inauspicious news, that.
Sir, we lost the Grasshopper. The recon plane is down.
Damn! They shot down the recon plane. We're blind now.
Perhaps, but not deaf. Thanks to a few geniuses in a little place called Bletchley Park, we can decrypt their transmissions.
You mean we can listen in on them? Well, why the hell haven't we been doing that the last couple of days?
Well, if I'd had my way, we would have done. Regardless, we should be able to receive the German messages as they're given.
Well, that gives us a fighting chance. How do we do it?
Well, you select the zone you want to listen to. I'll find the frequency and activate the system.
Excellent. Let's see how this works.
Reporting. Unit under sustained fire.
Brilliant. Look, Major, we can anticipate the Axis movements. Remember that you can tap into their communications, Major. If you don't break the codes and learn their movements, we'll have to fall back. Attention, Major. The Ariete Division has been ordered to attack from the south. Our AT guns are all that stand between us and those tanks. Try to keep them in one piece.
They will be attacking from the west, sir. Incoming infantry. Get ready, boys.
You'll have to deploy your infantry to protect your AT guns.
Italian armored units moving in from the east.
You'll have to maintain a defensive position, Major. They'll cut us to pieces out in the open. That's excellent work, Major. None of them have breached your defenses. Paratroopers? You Yanks do send quality reinforcements.
Unit under fire.
Careful, sir. They're sending infantry and armor this time.
That's it. A unit of the 21st Panzer is advancing on Kasserine from the north.
Unit reports damage, sir.
Impressive, Major. So far, none of their assaults have got through.
Incoming Panzer IV.
Ready yourself, Major. It's one of a dangerous new breed. The Jerrys are pulling back. We did it! And without losing any of our AT guns. Quite impressive, Major.
Colonel Campbell, I wasn't sure I'd ever see you again.
Believe me, sir, I'm as happy as you are. May I present Major Sheridan, 1st Armored Division?
Sir!
Very well done at Kasserine, Sheridan. I just wish I could have been there to handle things myself. It's lucky I saw the opportunity and sent Colonel Campbell to help you out.
Sir?
The important thing is that we stop them. This is Rommel's high watermark. Now it's time to roll them back. Are you ready to help, Major?
Hell yes, sir!
Just one thing, General. Given Sheridan's role in the future, perhaps Major is not appropriate.
Of course. Lieutenant Colonel Sheridan, congratulations on your promotion. You got the attitude and the talent that we need to finish this war. I'll have them do the paperwork immediately.
Sir, yes, sir! I'm looking forward to doing more of the same, sir!
Rommel has pulled most of his troops back to face Montgomery in the south. The main thrust of the offensive will be the 1st Infantry Division from the north, with my combat command leading.
Sir, HQ requests that we support our Free French allies, bypassing the enemy positions at Cidi Bou Zid.
So basically, I'm taking the frogs for a walk.
The Italians still have armor, Colonel. Enough to keep us busy. Besides, General Weatherby's plan is not without its flaws. Attacking the Jerrys head-on in a canyon is,
Daring, sir?
I was more thinking of foolish, Captain Kowalski. Very well, Lieutenant Colonel. It's time to take the initiative. These Stuarts aren't the sturdiest tanks, but they compensate by being fast. The rest of the Arietti division, get them!
Italian light tank dead ahead.
4 against 1 should be child's play.
2 light tanks straight ahead, sir.
Yes, sir.
Enemy destroyed. Sir, we have a German medium tank straight ahead.
A Panzer IV. That's a hard target, Lieutenant Colonel. Concentrate your fire on it. Bullseye, Colonel. I had the feeling you'd be good at blowing things up. 2 Panzer IVs counterattacking. Pull back, Sheridan. You don't have the firepower to take them on.
A battalion of Lee tanks is joining us. They'll help us take care of the enemy armor.
Excellent. Let's get rid of those Panzers. Well done, Colonel. Your new rank suits you well.
Colonel Leduc here, commanding the Constantine Division. Is anyone receiving this? Over.
This is Combat Command B, Colonel Leduc. What happened to General Wellworth?
He's been killed. They're running right over us. The Italians weren't supposed to have this kind of strength. Our offensive has been halted. Repeat, we've been stopped. Leduc out.
There's something wrong. That's not what headquarters said.
Agreed, Captain Kowalski. But we could forge our own opinion by sending operatives behind their lines.
You mean spies, sir?
If you want to be simple, Kowalski. It's your decision, Colonel. Spies can expose the enemy units in the sector, but broadcasts are short because the Jerrys track them down. By Jove, they were waiting for us.
They have a strong anti-tank line set up. Nothing with treads will get across there. We need infantry to take those guns out.
I'll get headquarters on the line and request engineers to build us a base.
We'll take City Eich, right here, and wait until the forward base is operational. Then we'll finish the Italians once and for all. Let Leduc know what's coming, okay?
Hold tight, Lieutenant Colonel. The engineers should be here shortly.
Sir, intel reports enemy movement toward Cidi Eich.
Hardly surprising. You have to hold the line, Colonel. And remember, it's better to have our medium tanks taking the hits than our light ones.
The engineers are here. They're building a barracks in the forward area.
Perfect. We'll take the headquarters here. That'll cut the head off the snake that's hissing at Colonel Leduc.
Sir, the 16th Infantry Regiment is ready and able.
Excellent news. They're the only units we have who can neutralize their AT guns.
Sir, all enemy AT guns have been taken out.
Excellent. Their headquarters is ours.
Lieutenant Colonel. We found a Kraut officer in the Italian HQ. He was trying to start a bonfire with those.
Well, they must be important to somebody. Let me take a look. Thank you, Leslie. What have you got there?
Oh, take a look for yourself.
Good Lord. These are your orders.
Not just my orders, but the orders for the goddamn whole First Army.
Well, that explains a few things, doesn't it?
Damn it.
Weatherby and the big red one are mired at Hajab el Ayoun.
And the Brits?
They're struggling to advance along the coast. The German rearguard is causing trouble.
For Christ's sakes, the whole damn offensive is stuck.
You'd think the Germans knew our plans, wouldn't you?
Who's commanding the German troops?
A certain General von Richter.
And the general appears to have slipped up.
How do you mean?
All his strength is on his flanks. His center is vulnerable.
You're calling a Kampfgruppe of the 10th Panzer vulnerable?
Stragglers and remnants. If I can snatch his headquarters, he won't be able to react.
That's quite risky.
Maybe, but it's the only way to take the pressure off Weatherby and Monty.
The HQ of the 10th Panzer has been spotted at Cidi Bou Zid.
Cut off the head and the body will die,
Watch out! Enemy tanks moving on our flank.
Watch your armor, Colonel. You'll need at least one tank to destroy their HQ. Careful, they've got Pak-40s. Those are far more dangerous than the little Pak-36s.
What the hell? That HQ is just a frame of wood and cloth.
The building's a decoy. Von Richter is luring us into a trap.
There's nothing on the radio. It's like they stopped talking.
Von Richter turned off the lights, yes? We're in the dark as far as knowing where his units are positioned.
Damn, that hurts. My strategy assumed that we would take out his communications. It's time to get HQ on the radio and tell them we're in it up to our necks.
Lieutenant Colonel, you had best be ready to dig in with teeth and fingernails until the reinforcements arrive.
The moment of truth, right? Time to use every ruse we know.
And to think that I could have been sipping tea in Piccadilly instead.
Is that a pub, sir?
Captain Kowalski, your lack of education is most distressing.
We've just received reinforcements from an anti-tank unit, sir. The reinforcements are here, sir, and they've brought recon units.
My commendation, Sheridan. You snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. But we're not finished with von Richter. The recon aircraft prevent the Germans from using radio silence. We'll get them now. We'll finally discover where the enemy has been hiding himself. Weatherby and the British will attack along our flanks. Rommel may have escaped, but we can still crush his rear guard.
Sir, we have reports of anti-tank guns in Gem.
It'll be tight. We can't let them get a bead on our armor.
Lieutenant Colonel, Weatherby reports that he is beginning his offensive.
Sheridan, the enemy anti-tank defenses are holding me up. Send everything you can to take them out, now.
By Jove, his armor will take the brunt of the German anti-tank fire. We'll have to destroy them immediately.
Lieutenant Colonel, the Brits are in trouble. They're asking us to flank the enemy.
Unit reports damage, sir. Reports confirmed. Target destroyed.
Tiger tank. Repeat, they have a Tiger.
Bloody do something, Colonel. A single Tiger could wipe out an armored column. Lieutenant Colonel, you'd better be careful taking that beast out.
Lieutenant Colonel, the Tiger's been destroyed.
That's a relief. That monster would have spread havoc in our ranks.
Sir, the Germans are surrendering.
The town is ours. But don't sound the trumpets quite yet. The Africa Corps managed to retreat in order. Even their rear guard escaped us.
It's a job we can be proud of. Hitler's famed Africa Corps, driven into the sea. The Pentagon appreciates what we did here.
It was touch and go for a while, General. Certainly wasn't much fun at the beginning.
Agreed. I wonder about that von Richter. He's clever. I'm surprised that anyone could hold out for so long, facing those odds.
Ridiculous. Just another fanatic with a uniform full of unwarranted medals. We'll be stepping on their necks all the way to Berlin. I do not like the taste of defeat.
Outnumbered and lacking petrol, we did well to last so long. I see no shame in an honorable and organized retreat.
We will get them next time, sir.
There won't be a next time in Africa.
But, sir, none of their generals can stand against you.
A victory here would be a waste of men and vehicles. We need them for the real fight in Europe.
But
besides, one of them, Sheridan, almost had us at Cidi Bou Zid. Fortunately, I always keep a few tricks up my sleeve.
They loved you in Sicily.
I know, and I'll do it again here.
I hope so. The Senate is worried. Public opinion is getting quite vocal about our losses in Italy.
It's the Germans and their bloody defensive lines. We break through one, and they pull back to the next. Damn, I hate this campaign.
That's why I suggested your name. I thought it was time for a new approach.
I'm touched by your confidence.
Which is well placed. Your invasion plan is brilliant.
Let's hope the Pentagon sees it that way. I'm tired of being second-guessed by Washington. I'm a man of action, not a politician.
Don't worry, Charles. I'll support you as far as you can go.
Look, another great plan from Weatherby. I mean, he's so scared of being overshadowed by me that all he gives me is these little secondary missions. You know, ever since we landed in Sicily, all I've been is some glorified crossing guard.
You really think he has it in for you? After all, he did make you a full colonel.
So what, he gets the medal and the glory, and I get the blood and the mud? No, it's obvious he's sidelining me.
Don't you think the success of the mission should be your only worry?
Oh yeah, sure. So he enters Rome like an emperor, while walking on our backs.
Well, is that so surprising? After all, it was his plan, and it was approved by Washington and London, and it's got to work. Look.
Intelligence indicates that our bridgehead behind the Volturno line has forced the Jerrys to pull back to the Barbara line. Their Italian allies are finished.
I know that, and I know that we're going to be acting as bait, doing recon in the north.
A calculated risk. And don't forget, Weatherby's task force will land behind them. And drop down to trap the divisions there.
I don't like the smell of it. An awful lot can go wrong, and I am a great believer in Murphy's Law.
The HQ is set up, sir. We can deploy field bases now. Colonel, we found a supply depot.
Straight ahead. Let's take it. If we set up supply depots at existing supply dumps, we'll be self-sufficient in resources. Perfect. Let's build a barracks and send some reconnaissance north. Excellent. Round up some troops, and I'll get the coordinates to recon. We need recon units. They'll allow us to spot the enemy even when they're hiding in the woods. The zone is this forest. We need to know what's in there. A recon unit's line of sight is blocked by buildings and woods. Don't let the enemy take advantage.
Colonel, recon says we have enemy infantry holding the forest.
Well done, Colonel. Now, what's this? Recon says those are Italian units.
It can't be, sir. Italy surrendered.
Tell them that when you meet them. Sheridan, we need infantry to take care of them. Well done. These platoons should be enough to eliminate them. Sheridan, you need to destroy those units before they transmit your position. Good job, Colonel. But we have to stay alert. Their support units won't just sit and watch.
Sir, we have armored units closing from the east.
Our units in the forest can ambush them. If they get to our headquarters, it's all over. Your infantry carries bazookas. They can take out enemy armor if they can get close enough. That's settled, but still, something isn't right. Let's have a chat with the prisoners.
Information from the prisoners shows that we are indeed facing Italian troops.
I thought the Italians were finished.
Well, the regular army, yes. But these are fascist militia, armed by the Germans. And there are more coming.
According to Weatherby's brilliant plan, we're facing only Germans.
Yes, and the Germans are meant to be dug in behind the Barbara line. But we're getting a lot of radio traffic.
This stinks. I'm getting a bad feeling. Okay, let's prepare for an Italian attack. Campbell,
yes,
you try to find out what they're doing. I'll let Weatherby know his wonderful plan has to be canceled.
Right away, sir.
Kowalski, give me Weatherby's ship on the horn.
Out of the question. Operation Deluge will proceed as planned. Hold the line where you are, whatever the cost. Is that clear?
Idiocy. Sir, more Italian tanks are grouping to the north.
What is this bloody mess? Colonel, we must secure Sparanizzi, even if it is held by the enemy. I advise caution here. I doubt that the village is unoccupied. As I suspected, the Italians are indeed laying ambushes in the towns. Colonel, more Italian recon units may be hiding in the forest. We'd better find them and take care of them. Congratulations, Colonel. Sparanizzi is ours.
Sir, enemy armor is trying to retake the town.
Your turn to use the village to prepare an ambush. Cities and towns are very useful for that. Great stuff, Joe. They won't get this one back easily. Colonel, we can't expect any reinforcements. Weatherby has just started his landing. Radio traffic is rising. I'm afraid we're looking at an attack on our entire perimeter. Colonel, I think it's high time we tried to get some intel, either sending a spy or decrypting their communications. Look out, Colonel. They're attacking from the left flank as well. Well done, Colonel. Your defenses are holding up. Rotten news, Sheridan. Some panzers have invited themselves to our party. They're approaching the left flank. Rather a lot of them. We'll need to marshal all our forces to repel this attack. Joe, our spies are ready to identify nearby enemy units. They are waiting for orders. Damn. There are far more tanks than there should be. They can't all be real. Sheridan, these tanks are decoys. Wood and cloth constructs.
Colonel, they are decoys, no question about that. But why are they doing that?
At ease, soldier. It means they duped us. Colonel, the attack was a diversion. Why did they send us decoys? That general is full of surprises. He's playing with us. Look, they're also coming from the right. Thorough bastards. Congratulations, Sheridan. The Germans haven't been able to break through. Good. I hate having someone sneaking up behind me, especially when he carries a gun. Well done, Colonel. They're giving up.
We are ready to crush them, Herr General.
Not yet. I'm waiting for another guest.
Jawohl, Herr General.
Prometheus's information is amazingly accurate.
Yes, General?
Nothing. Just thinking out loud.
My God. It's a massacre. The losses we're taking.
That idiot! I told him to cancel the landing.
Well, Weatherby's asked us to reinforce him, so what shall we do?
If he was alone, I'd say let him die. He's got a lot of good men that deserve better than that. What can I do?
I don't know. Why do you think the Germans aren't using their full strength?
Yeah. Why haven't they thrown everything they got at us yet?
Well, I'm thinking because they don't have to. Because up to now, they've always been one step ahead of us, knowing exactly when and where we'll strike.
I thought it was Weatherby's stupidity, but you're right. Too many coincidences. The only way we'll get out of this is to ignore the plan.
Given our latest recon and my best guesses, I'd say the Germans are massed here.
The Italians here and here.
If we hit the lead Italian troops, we could turn things round.
So we'll hit their soft underbelly and the Germans will have to react.
Weatherby is taking all the supplies to support his landing. We'll have to live off what we can capture and tighten our belts. See the supply depot? You should send infantry to take it.
Those little units are caro veloces, sir. All they've got left are their tankettes.
Still, don't underestimate them. They may be poorly armored, but they're deadly against infantry.
Sir, our troops have been trained for strict radio discipline.
Excellent, Colonel. What do you say we try von Richter's radio silence rules? Very good. They can't detect our units unless we make visual contact. Now you can maneuver invisibly.
We've got their depot, sir. We'll get more supplies, they'll get less.
But be careful. They'll try to take it back, and rebuilding it would be expensive. Colonel, I've got the location of their forward outpost. It's in an old anti-tank training facility. A strong attack is the best defense, Sheridan. We must capture their HQ before they can react. Reports on Weatherby's landing are going from bad to worse. Allied soldiers are dying due to his incompetence.
We've been spotted, sir.
We'd better hide under radio silence or they'll be on us like hounds on a fox. Watch out for the Italian armor. Infantry should use the cover in the forests and towns to ambush them.
Colonel, good news. High Command has detached 2 lead tanks for us.
Excellent news. 2 tanks will be very useful. Remember, Sheridan, recon units are far more effective without obstacles in their line of sight.
Sir, we're taking a counterattack from the Italian infantry.
The Lees have the firepower you need to decimate them.
Sir, the Italians are sending M15 tanks.
Grim news. They can squash the Lee tanks. You'll have to ambush them with the infantry. They're patrolling. If we decrypt their transmissions and track their moves, we can ambush them. Colonel, the key to victory is proper intelligence. I recommend more recon units to expose hostiles in the forests and towns.
Sir, enemy flamethrower tank.
Our Lees should withstand the heat. Or we could get close using radio silence and available cover. You saved the Lees, a true leader of armored cavalry, what? Well done, Colonel. Thanks to their forward outpost, we're now in good position to take their HQ.
Andrew, can you give me a situation report?
Jerry's pulling back some units to support their center.
Are they sending us reinforcements?
Unfortunately, Weatherby is still monopolizing the supplies. But there is a French combat command coming to lend a hand.
Where are they?
Somewhere in that direction, it seems.
So all we have to do is finish off the Italians. I'll start with the tanks threatening the rear.
They're not finished yet, Sheridan. They won't let us settle in without a fight.
Colonel, the anti-tank base is up and running. We can deploy the tank hunters.
Excellent news. Let's get one rolling. We'll see how it does against the Italian armor. Very nice. Did you see the range of their cannon? Lovely. The range of fire of long-range units like the Wolverine can be increased by deploying recon units. What firepower. Sheer poetry. Sir, I have reports of enemy infantry movement. Sheridan, don't let the infantry get close enough to use bazookas on our tank hunters. Lucky that. Never forget to escort tank hunters with our infantry to protect them. Tanks incoming. Deploy the tank hunters to stop them.
Threat neutralized, sir.
Excellent. Those tank destroyers will be a nightmare for the Italians.
The Italian forces are massed on the other side of the river, sir.
They think we won't dare the crossing. Personally, I'd love to prove them wrong. What about you, Colonel?
Sir, they've still got a Semovente 9053. That's a state-of-the-art tank destroyer.
Be very wary of it. You'll need recon or spies to destroy it before it spots us. We're wasting our Wolverine's range without recon, plus exposing them to ambushes.
Good news, sir. They're sending us a company of lead tanks.
Those Wolverines are powerful but fragile. They need to be shielded by tanks. Your Lees are perfect for that.
Sir, we have reports of 3 Italian field bases.
Colonel, if you can neutralize or capture those, it will seriously weaken them.
Colonel, the French forces under Le Duc made contact. They'll be here any minute. Watch out, sir. Italian armor incoming from Vitulazio.
We have to protect our southern flank. Sheridan, AT guns are at our disposal in our anti-tank base. Don't be afraid to set up ambushes in the forests.
If you deploy the AT guns in forests, sir, they could ambush the enemy.
Excellent, Joe. One base down. Excellent news. We can finally deploy some tanks.
Colonel, we need tanks to destroy those MG nests.
Brilliant. 2 bases down, 1 to go. A hat trick. Congratulations, Colonel. Well done. They're at our mercy now, thanks to you. All that's left is to finish them off. Take down their HQ quickly. That will take the pressure off Weatherby, and spare a lot of his men.
Colonel, they're setting up a major counterattack.
Unit destroyed.
They're playing for time. I don't know why. Keep a weather eye out. No fools, these Italians. They're hiding some strong units among the decoys.
We don't have enough recon out there, sir.
Finally! It's about time things went our way. Sheridan, the Germans are using artillery, but if they can't see us, they can't fire at us.
Reporting enemy unit down, sir.
Colonel, a German Kampfgruppe. They were under radio silence. Sly bastard.
Sir, our unit
We were right. Jerry was keeping some forces in reserve.
reporting losses. Unit is breaking up, sir. Reporting losses.
An impressive victory, Colonel. I'd say worthy of a medal and a promotion.
That little bastard ruined it! All I needed was a little more time, a little more support!
Allied High Command doesn't see it that way, Charles. We had enormous losses without a single objective taken.
But I had the entire German army on me. What about their losses? We almost had them.
They backed up maybe 2 kilometers and still hold the sector.
Now they've given command of the eastern flank to that reckless ass!
Well, he did push them back 100 kilometers.
I just need a bit more time, Kate. I need your support more than ever.
It's too late, Charles. I also have my orders.
You're leaving?
It's your day for bad news, dear. I'm being moved closer to the front. You must be Colonel Sheridan. How do you do? I'm Kate Garner, Military Intelligence Service, War Department.
Excuse me, young lady. This is an operational center. And what
am I doing here? Bringing General Sheridan his first star, new orders, and a whole lot of good press from the Pentagon.
Wow. Well, welcome to Italy then, for a lot of good reasons.
Congratulations, Joe. General. Brilliant. It's thoroughly deserved.
Outstanding. Now, just give me a second to get used to these things.
Well, if we're going to get to Rome one day, perhaps you'd better put those stars to use at once.
Right.
GHQ is forming a new task force around your command.
With the 57th Bomber Squadron setting up in the captured airstrip.
Bombers! Are they part of the task force?
Yes, you'll be charged with protecting our installations and coordinating the ground attacks. We're going back on the offensive and... What the hell was that?
Looks like Jerry has pulled artillery into striking distance. They want to catch the bombers on the ground, I imagine.
Get them in the air pronto. Let the flyboys show us what they can do. Andrew, can you get us the artillery positions?
Enemy artillery sighted, General.
They're on Monte Santa Croce. General, the B-25 bombers are fueled and ready in the airfield. The bombers will have to land and reload after each run. Those guns didn't climb those mountains by themselves. They must have a camouflage base in the area. Good. Let's make sure that no one else comes knocking, hmm?
Sir, we've found their base.
Good. Go ahead and take care of them.
Impressive, General. You're living up to your reputation.
Very well. Very well. Let's get back to the operation.
Where were we? Yes, the new offensive. Colonel Campbell, will you do the honors?
The French Expeditionary Corps will be advancing through the mountains.
I see why they gave me bombers. If the Germans are dug in there, it'll be hell to get them out.
Precisely. That's why you need to coordinate the French strike with the B-25s. Then Weatherby, and what remains of his command, will take over the offensive from there.
Huh. General Weatherby.
If you don't do it for him, Captain Kowalski, do it for his men. They've bled enough already. And last, but not least, British and Commonwealth troops will then strike here.
One last thing. We're sure that General von Richter is running the German defenses.
Ah, my old buddy. The mastermind behind the Africa Corps' withdrawal.
You know him? Then there's no need to point out that he's dangerous.
Careful. They're deploying mobile AA units along our flight paths. Get rid of them. Our bombers are going to drop like flies. The first thing we'll have to do is destroy them.
Sir, headquarters is asking us to speed up deployment.
Excellent. Now all our units will move faster. We'll hit those AA tanks in no time. Very good. The pilots owe you a cold one, hmm?
Sir, the Germans are achieving air superiority.
We're running short on bombers, Colonel. I recommend building some more. We need the support of Weatherby's aerial units. Do you see this bunker? It's a fortified position. but we could take it out painlessly, given enough bombers.
Le Duc here. We are counting on you, either to take out the bunkers and machine gun nests, or provide a lot of shovels and crosses.
The French advance is slowing. They need our help to execute the plan. Very good, General. General, the Germans have set up a new defensive line with a local HQ at Monte Cassino. We need to hurry and wipe out the enemy HQ. The Duke needs your help, Sheridan. The French can't support the main offensive if they're held up here.
Thank you, General. We'll clear them out of the forest.
Joe, our British friends are also bogged down. Could you lend them a hand? You'll have to destroy the German defenses before they inflict too much damage. If we use Blitz again, General, the aircraft will also go at maximum speed. Losses are high in spite of our efforts. You've got to hurry.
Bombardment successful. Thanks for the help, General. We're ready to attack. Sir, our unit has been wiped out.
General, HQ says that our losses of men and material are getting too high.
Plane is returning for replenishment.
Monte Cassino has fallen, sir. We're the king of the hill now.
Impressive for a first mission as a general officer, Sheridan. For our next trip, let's visit the Colosseum.
General, the Germans have succeeded, again, in an orderly retreat behind a new defensive line.
Again? Well, I suppose we're not popping the champagne quite yet, then.
Sir?
I don't know, Kate. I mean, a lot of men have died, and still doesn't seem like we're any closer to Rome.
Don't be hard on yourself, Joe. Even a brigadier general can't decide everything.
Yeah, but I heard that Eisenhower's developing another front, and I don't want to sit here and rot in Italy while the war finishes without me.
You've done a heck of a job, General. Both Congress and the War Department respect you.
That's such good news, I'm gonna let you call me Joe.
Seriously. I've been telling them about you. A leader with guts, who knows how to get the most out of his troops.
You know I'll do whatever it takes to end this war, Kate.
Sure, I know that. I also know that it won't happen without officers like you.
Well, it's nice to have at least one person who thinks like me.
Don't worry, Joe. Your stock is rising. If everything goes as planned, I'll be seeing you soon in London.
That's the beach where your division will land, Joe. You've got to take it and hold it, whatever the Germans may throw at you.
Believe me, once I'm there, the devil himself couldn't get me out.
Oh, I believe you. But our most optimistic projections promise severe losses. This isn't going to be a tea party, far from it.
We're in the process of making history, Andrew. Doesn't happen without sacrifice.
I'm aware of that. But we're here to free Europe, not build our own glory.
Though one doesn't necessarily preclude the other.
General, you're beginning to sound more and more like Weatherby.
General, the first wave is on the beach.
Sir.
Damnation. The machine gun nest is massacring us. We have to avoid it. The MG is not our main concern. We must neutralize those two 88 batteries if we want to establish a beachhead.
General, the Krauts are strafing the beach.
General, we have to wipe out those batteries if we want to bring in air cover.
General, the first battery has been neutralized.
Excellent. That will keep down our losses.
Sir, we've destroyed the second battery.
General Sheridan, congratulations. You've established a perimeter big enough for the engineers to set up a temporary HQ.
Sir, we have a bomber squadron heading for Utah Beach.
Excellent. Let them wipe out whatever's moving.
Bunker destroyed, sir.
That would have cost a lot of lives to take hand to hand.
Sir, the flyboys have to return to England. Weather trouble.
Good work, Joe. Let me give you a quick sit rep while the engineers set up your base. Airborne divisions have dropped on Saint-Côme, here, and Saint-Mary-Église.
They're providing a critical defense line, but they can't hold out forever.
Especially since the 709th is preparing a counterattack.
What do we know about them?
It's an infantry division reinforced with some captured French armor. We must strengthen our defenses. The Jerrys will certainly be counterattacking.
Enemy infantry moving against us, sir.
Building deployment completed.
Let's set up some MG nests and give them a proper welcome.
Sir, first reports from Omaha Beach indicate heavy casualties. First and second waves are pinned down. The beach is not secured. Sir, the Germans are preparing a new attack with armored troops.
You'll need at least one anti-tank position to stop them, Joe. General, we'll need to relieve those airborne chaps. They'll be hard put to hold on. Be careful in the forests. Intelligence indicates infantry and anti-tank positions have been dug in. You should use a recon unit to allow the AT position to fire at its full range.
Sir, rendezvous with the 82nd confirmed.
Excellent. The 4th Division will be reinforcing us soon, and they're bringing tanks.
Sir, we have a report from the recon troops.
Let me see it. Damn. Joe, we have a problem. There's a heavy artillery battery near the Breakout Manor. We'll have to reduce it to pieces. Don't give them time to fire on your headquarters.
General, the engineers have cleared the beaches of the anti-tank obstacles.
Finally, we can set up a tank base.
Sir, the third wave at Omaha has secured the beach. Friendlies are moving inland to link up with us at Carrington. Sir, the 101st say they're low on ammunition.
If we don't get that far...
Sir, we've made contact with the 101st.
Not a moment too soon. The Paras were in trouble. But with food, rest, and ammunition, they'll be ready in no time. That's good news. We can finally hear ourselves speak.
So, what's Jerry up to now?
The 709th is pressing us in the north with a tank detachment in support.
In the south?
The 91st Luftlander Division will probably attack via Carrington.
What? Why haven't we taken Carrington yet?
The 29th Division faced heavy resistance. They're just leaving Omaha Beach. General, we found an isolated para. There may be others about.
What the hell were they doing? Who was commanding?
Your old friend, Weatherby.
Christ's sakes, why did I even ask?
We have to hold at all costs until he arrives.
There it is, boys. Get ready and dig in deep. We can't let them reach the beaches.
If needed, sir, we could replace our old Lee tanks with those new Shermans.
There are supply depots nearby. We should take advantage of the Wehrmacht's generosity.
General, the missing paratroopers have been rescued.
German bombardments. Don't let them destroy our positions. Enemies deploying from Carrington. Where in God's name is Weatherby?
This is Hannibal. We are advancing from Omaha Beach towards Carrington. I require further support to seize the city. I must have more troops and a naval bombardment. Over.
Who needs an anti-tank shield?
General, Panzer's approaching from the north.
Finally, the Greyhound armored recon units have arrived. They'll take care of that damned artillery.
Enemy artillery is pounding us from the beach, sir. Hostiles coming from the west, sir. They've got captured French S-35 light tanks in support.
The Jerrys are counterattacking. I have movement all around our perimeter.
German assault from Valognes, supported by some heavy tanks that I don't recognize.
B-1Bs, salvaged from the 1940 French army. It may be outdated, but it's a hell of a nut to crack. Sheridan, German elite paratroopers are moving against us from Carentan. Hold tight, Joe. The Navy will soon be giving us some serious fire support. Naval artillery is covering us. It's going to get noisy.
Sir, reporting enemy unit has been destroyed.
The Navy's giving us another helping hand. By Jove, they're finally pulling back.
At last. You here to enjoy the show?
The War Department wanted me close to the action. Can't get closer than this unless I grab boots and a rifle.
Wouldn't go with the skirt. What do they say so far?
Joe, you've been brilliant. Talk of the town in D.C., apparently.
Miss Garner, I must tell you that I object, formally, to your being here.
I'm sorry you feel that way, but you're not the commanding officer here, are you?
It's okay, Campbell. Whatever happened to that famous British sense of hospitality, huh?
She's a distraction.
Sure. A distraction that helped guarantee that Joe here would be in charge of the operation?
And let's not forget, if it wasn't for her, we'd be collecting dust in Italy.
Right. Fine. Well, let's get back to the briefing session then, shall we?
As I was explaining before your interruption, General Weatherby is under pressure at Carentan. The Jerrys have brought in their own paras.
What about the reports that the Germans are getting mechanized units as reinforcements?
Very unlikely. General Weatherby, under duress,
tends to overstate the danger he's in.
And that's the only reason you refuse his requests for support?
Not at all. In fact, young lady, in order for mechanized troops to arrive now, they would have had to receive orders before we were sighted. Before the landing.
Sir, we have enemy vehicles approaching Chef Dupont.
Now that we have an airstrip, we can send a recon plane. Your orders, General? Air recon has a major advantage over ground recon. Its line of sight isn't hampered by obstacles.
Mobile artillery. They'll wipe out the town.
Joe, you need to get some fighter bombers up there ASAP to intercept them.
There is something very wrong.
Enemy fighters incoming.
You need to send our fighters up.
I'm so glad you put us at ease about the enemy reinforcements, Campbell. Your objective is to take Valognes. It's the last stop before Cherbourg.
What am I up against?
The survivors of the 919th. They pulled together grenadiers, anti-tank reinforcements, and anti-aircraft units into a Kampfgruppe to hold the city outskirts.
What's the situation inland?
The same setup as around Valognes, but of lesser strength.
And here, along the coast?
Another Kampfgruppe, primarily armor.
Enemy air support?
According to our sources, none.
I wouldn't be so sure. The Krauts have hidden their planes on small airstrips and fields.
Where they have been hammered by our bombers for weeks. The resistance has confirmed that.
Right. Like when they confirmed the absence of the 17th SS, Campbell?
Listen, you little...
Why? You have nothing to say. General, it's your decision. But be aware that the enemy may have more than you think.
Our main objective is to take out the German base.
My reports show that the enemy still has a fair number of tanks. I'd say we'll need air support to counter that.
The key to controlling the skies is to use each plane for what it does best.
Sir, move to position and deploy structure.
Alright, let's drop some heat on that position, boys.
Sheridan, you could rely on fighter bombers a bit more to neutralize enemy tanks.
Sir, fighter bombers incoming.
Stukas. Amazing for an army that had no more planes, eh, Campbell?
Listen here. Our intelligence services were categorically clear on this one.
They're an easy scapegoat. Some intel officer you are, supporting the invasion of Europe with outdated and inaccurate reports.
Diving brake engaged. Dropping airmail.
Jerry has a number of AA batteries. We'll have to destroy them if we want any sort of air presence. Joe, we could get troops close to their HQ without being seen by moving them through the swamps.
The Germans have placed a recon aircraft over the area, sir.
Bad news, huh? Our troops can't hide as long as that's up there.
The Germans have some armored recon, sir.
Careful of those, Sheridan. They're no match for a tank, but very dangerous for infantry, even in a forest. Look, the Germans have secondary HQs. If we take them, we can build up, starting from those positions.
Receiving report. Our units
We have a German ground attack incoming, General.
Rookies are training.
Sir, the Krauts have brought tank destroyers up to the line.
Damnation! Don't let them make contact with your armor, Joe.
General, the Germans are launching an offensive along the coast.
Sir, engineers report that they can now set up secondary HQs wherever you want them.
They're like regular HQs for gathering supplies or constructing buildings, but they're much less resistant.
Your progress is amazing, General. Keep moving like that.
We have to destroy Jerry's heavy fortification. Remember Italy, Sheridan? Enough bombers against the secret bunker will wipe it off the map.
This one, sir.
Excellent. The road is open to take Valognes.
Congratulations, General. Valognes has been liberated. Our final objective is within reach, at last.
Yes, Cherbourg, and its deep water port.
The 9th Division, here, will engage and hold down their 243rd. The 5th and 6th Corps will form a defensive line here to cover our rear.
Okay, good.
What's left are the 709th and other minor units that are dug in around Cherbourg. But I would like to repeat that this attack seems impetuous. We do have reports of a strong concentration of German armor around Cherbourg.
General Sheridan agrees with me. We should strike before they have time to prepare. And by the way, where did these tanks suddenly appear from? More of your infallible reports, Campbell.
Well, we don't have their marching orders, but our intelligence services are sure...
Stop it, you two. What about the Luftwaffe? For real this time?
We have a temporary airstrip here. It appears that they have salvaged a few planes, and they'll be desperate to keep us out of the air.
Ready to go down in the history books, Joe?
You don't say.
General, we have the full commitment of High Command for whatever we need. Infantry, tanks, mobile artillery, planes, anything.
We have a battalion of self-propelled artillery to help clean out the bunkers, General. Mechanized artillery can fire from a distance with devastating effect, but it's no threat to armored units. Hiding our troops will keep them from being targeted by enemy artillery. Indeed, we need fighters for air superiority, fighter bombers to get their tanks, and bombers to blow their fortifications. You'll need to take as many depots as possible to weaken the enemy.
Joe, you have to take out that airstrip. That's the only way to stop them.
Sir, the enemy is launching fighters.
Indeed. That's the Luftwaffe's only base of operations in the sector. If you destroy it, they're finished here.
You can't let them have air superiority, Joe.
Sir, German heavy infantry is moving against us.
Building deployment complete.
Sir, we may now commandeer heavy infantry if needed.
Those Rangers are a very tough bunch, if only half of what I've heard is true.
Supply line has been cut.
General, might I suggest sending decon tanks to draw off part of their force?
Base is down.
By Jove, the Luftwaffe is bleeding us dry. General, try to keep your tanks out of the forests. They're easy targets for the infantry there.
General, Recon is reporting Tiger tanks. The enemy seems to be running out of supplies, sir. It won't be long now. Cherbourg is ours, sir.
Joe, you've done it. The Germans are surrendering.
With its deep-sea harbor, we can bring in the men and material we need to liberate France.
Cherbourg's ours, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to celebrate.
Celebrate? Have you seen those casualty figures I sent you?
Andrew, don't be such a party pooper. We won.
I agree, Joe. It is time to celebrate. Thanks to you, we have a deep sea harbor in France.
And they're gonna have a hell of a time getting us out, too, huh?
Perhaps. We're behind schedule. The casualty figures are higher than expected, and the Germans are digging in behind every hedgerow. This campaign is far from over.
Campbell, let it go. Have a drink. This Calvados stuff is great. And relax, for crying out loud.
You are aware that there's more to war than promotion and medals.
Back off, Andrew. Every one of those deaths means something to me. Right now, I'm paying attention to the living. Us.
Well, I shall leave you to your debauchery. I don't forget the fallen as easily as you do.
Oh, hell. Andrew!
Forget him, Joe. He's a relic of a dying empire from a world that no longer exists. The future belongs to the Americans and the Russians.
And the night belongs to us. We can worry about the world tomorrow. Of course, Senator. Listen, everybody wants this war.
Oh, yes, quite. General Browning.
At ease, gentlemen. You're here to be briefed on Marshal Montgomery's plan for the Holland offensive. We'll be dropping 3 airborne divisions behind enemy lines, from Eindhoven to Arnhem. Each one is tasked with seizing and holding a bridge in its area for the British 30th Corps, who will roll from here to the Rhine in a few days.
I think Montgomery's plan is simply brilliant, audacious, well conceived.
Your 101st Division, General Sheridan, will have to seize the first bridges around Eindhoven. General Gavin's 82nd will be dropped on Nijmegen, and the main objective of this mission,
Sir,
will be for your Red Devils, General Urquhart, the bridge at Arnhem.
My pleasure, sir.
But, sir, what about me?
General Weatherby, your 17th Airborne Division will be kept as reserve in England.
Sir, intel reports say that Holland is defended by third-rate outfits, those too young or too old for active service. Of course, Dutch resistance reports contradict this, and they say that...
Thank you, Colonel. We all know the accuracy of the reports from the resistance networks. Well, gentlemen, you've all received copies of the plan to study with your staff. You've got work to do. I suggest you get to it.
Market Garden. Where the hell did he come up with these names anyway?
Well, if we can't understand it, a spy certainly can't.
You got a real obsession for that, huh, Campbell?
Well, there is a spy out there. Have you forgotten Tunisia? Or Monte Cassino? Even Normandy, when the 17th SS just showed up purely by coincidence?
Nobody blames you for that, Colonel.
I don't care what a few idle gossipers say about me.
Then what's the problem?
This operation! Straight north on a single road with 4 bridges? Supposing some clever Jerry like, von Richter decides to reinforce or even destroy a single one of them.
According to our reports, it's our best troops against a bunch of demoralized third-rate stragglers.
I've heard that song before.
Campbell, putting doubts in the mind of the commanding officer on the eve of the operation is not helpful. Do you expect him to peer behind every bush and go at half speed?
Excuse me.
Your behavior is unacceptable.
Andrew! You're not being helpful.
Enough. Since I cannot offer the same incentives as Miss Garner, I will apply for a transfer to General Horrocks' staff. General Sheridan, Miss Garner, I wish you well.
Forget it, Joe. It was bound to happen. You've outgrown him. Colonel, at his age, with his experience, pathetic. Operation Market Garden has started, Joe.
Did they give us the exact coordinates for the paratroopers?
Yes, sir. We take Valkensar to open the way for the tanks of the Irish Guards. They'll clear the path to Eindhoven. Sir, if we send a recon plane, we can figure out how many units they have hidden in the town.
The 30th Corps is in position. They're waiting for your signal that we've taken Valkensvard to start the offensive.
Sir, Valkensard is secured. I'll signal the 30th Corps.
Now it's time to deal with Eindhoven.
Careful, sir. The Dutch resistance reports there's an anti-aircraft position nearby.
You'll have to knock out the AA, Joe. Otherwise, we can't drop the paratroopers on Eindhoven.
Sir, the 30th Corps has started its advance. The road to Eindhoven will be secured soon.
Unit reports damage, sir.
Eindhoven is close, General.
Sir, if we take the city, you can guarantee the Krauts will hit back.
Old men and untrained children. Don't worry about them.
Eindhoven is surrounded by MG nests, sir. We'll have to drop our men inside the city. General Gavin's 82nd Airborne is being dropped on Nijmegen, sir.
Reports confirmed. Target destroyed. Squad commander, move out. Unit reports damage, sir.
Sir, German tanks are moving on Eindhoven from the north. Enemy tanks destroyed, sir. Sir, mobile artillery are preparing to fire on the city.
Oh, the first step is taken. Eindhoven is yours.
Kate, why the hell are there so many veteran German forces in this sector?
It must be a coincidence. A handful of tanks, remnants of a defeated division.
Sir, we need to neutralize the German HQ controlling the bridge at Somme. This armored group will be on alert to support their HQ.
And here?
Mobile artillery.
From there they can cover the whole town.
Sir, 30th Corps engineers have built a new airstrip for us.
Joe, you should scout the zone before you drop the paratroopers.
If I may, sir, this concern for the lives of your men does you credit. Those Sturm Tigers are too dangerous, sir. As long as they're flying, we can't move freely. Sir, a battalion of heavy tanks is approaching the HQ. They'll soon be moving through Somme. Sir, the city has been secured.
Good news. The 30th Corps is coming to join us.
Is that what I've been expecting?
Ja, Herr General. Prometheus has transmitted again. I beg your pardon, sir. Do you really trust those reports? I mean, Admiral Canaris himself has concerns about Prometheus.
His reports are more reliable than those from Berlin. He has earned my trust.
Damn it, the operation is slow. Way too slow.
We're not lost yet.
Not yet. What are the orders?
They're giving you a task force to penetrate as far as Grave.
Which units will I be commanding?
The British tank units of the Irish Guards. We're headed for Grave, Joe. Joe, don't forget the mobile artillery. They can destroy the German defense without exposing your troops.
And those Brit Archer tank destroyers will do some kraut cracking too. Sir, we could slow the Germans by taking their forward bases here or there. It looks like the woods are packed with AT guns. And they have enough range to fire over the bridge. General, scouts are reporting Sturm Tigers. That's mobile artillery that can level a building. They have mobile AA guns. I thought their heavy armor was destroyed. I know what Campbell would say. Somebody told the bad guys about our operation. We could use some recon planes. This place smells like an ambush. There's too much cover. General, the 30th Corps is sustaining counterattacks on both flanks. They're slowing down to guarantee the safety of their rear.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Good thinking, Joe. Thanks to this base, we can deploy on their flanks.
General, it's the 82nd here. We're meeting unexpected resistance around Nijmegen. We have the city, but not the bridge. I repeat, we can't take the bridge.
A new route is at our disposal.
Sir, we finally got a message from the Red Devils. Only one battalion made it to Arnhem, and they're taking heavy fire from the Hohenstaufen division.
Congratulations, General. Grave is ours.
Sir, intelligence confirms that the Krauts are massing all their troops to counterattack. Their main target seems to be the headquarters at Grave.
Has been exhausted, sir.
The 30th Corps has to get to Arnhem pronto. Your job is to keep Nijmegen open with the help of the 82nd and clear its bridge for the tanks.
German troops are positioned to hit our convoy from both flanks, and you know they will.
This operation is turning into a goddamn nightmare.
The 82nd is almost finished, sir. We need to relieve them fast. We've done it, sir. We tied up with the 82nd. The 30th Corps is moving, sir, and we need to ensure they have enough tanks left to punch through to Arnhem. General, Colonel Vandeler wants to speak to you.
General, the guards will do whatever they can to get through to Arnhem, but we need you to cover them during the crossing. And by God, if you get them through, you'll drink for free the rest of the war.
The tanks of the 30th are en route, sir. Sir, the Luftwaffe is preparing a raid.
Use the Bofor AA cannons to defend yourself.
They're sending panzers against us, sir. General, the first tank has passed by. General, we've just received a new scrambling system to confuse enemy radar. Sir, we could try to revert frequencies. It should make the Krauts attack our tanks with anti-infantry units and vice versa.
Joe, I'm looking at that base in the northeast. You might want to take or destroy it.
Sir, the enemy is deploying panzers. Enemy bombers approaching, sir.
Joe, I hope you have enough anti-aircraft units in position.
The reports are sketchy, sir, but they say the Red Devils in Arnhem are almost out of ammo. We gotta hurry. General, it's Lieutenant Colonel Vandeler again.
General Sheridan, your boys did a damned fine job. I wanted to say this to you directly, not through channels. You're an Irish guard at heart, sir.
We've done it, sir, but too late. The Red Devils held out until they were overrun. Only a handful of survivors were left to surrender. That's it. The Germans hold the final bridge. Looks like Market Garden was a failure, sir.
It was a failure, Kate, no matter how we paint it.
Don't chastise yourself. Weatherby wouldn't have even taken Eindhoven.
Yeah, you know, but I just wonder if Campbell was right. I mean, things were set up perfectly to trip us up.
Don't tell me you're getting paranoid like he is. The only way to make sure it doesn't happen again is to be the one who makes the plans.
You know, I'd like that. Let me know if this is gonna hurt my career, will you?
I will. I'll do what I can, Joe. My plane's leaving.
Any idea when you'll be back?
Ask the department. They're the ones doing this. And try to be happy for me. It's a promotion.
Yeah, sure. I'm happy for you. All right. It's just me I'm sad for.
Take a look at these photos, Joe. Taken from von Rumsted's HQ. Maps, unit strengths, orders of battle, everything.
Sweet Jesus. The only thing missing is our goddamn serial numbers.
We've got a serious leak, and by God, it's about time we plugged it! Well, what are you going to do about it?
Double the patrols. Put the boys on alert.
Oh, that seems a very good idea.
For what it's worth, Andrew, I was wrong. We all were. We should have listened to you.
Is this an apology? From the fearsome, far-reaching Lieutenant General Sheridan?
Yeah, well, don't let it get out. But seriously, Andrew, it's nice to have you back.
Joe, the only reason I'm here is because you're the only commanding officer who didn't leave the front for Christmas. But I'm doubly pleased, because I still think you're the best we've got.
Coming from you, that's an honor. Let's not get too sentimental. I believe we have a job to do.
General, recon units have made contact with the enemy.
We must find out what's going on.
Sir, the Krauts are under radio silence.
And guess who just took command of the opposing armies?
Von Richter. I thought he was on the Russian front.
He's been back for a few days. Very hush-hush. How are your troops?
Of the 8th Corps, only the 28th Division is on the line. Weatherby's 106th Division is dug in to the north.
Take my advice, Joe. Put your men on alert and regroup your corps. I estimate von Richter's strength at several Panzer Corps.
I'll bring them together at Bastogne. It's a strategic crossroads. And Bastogne has no anti-tank positions. All of mine are on the front.
Send whatever you can to Bastogne.
The 28th will hold Wiltz as long as necessary. I'll take over command.
And Weatherby? His 106th is mostly new recruits, kids.
By God, he better hold. We have to maintain Bastogne, whatever the cost.
Keep your head down, Joe. Here they come. Use the forests, Joe, and some well-placed fortifications. We have to hold this position while we supply 76mm AT guns to defend Bastogne.
They'll be ready soon.
Sheridan, the 106th Division is abandoning its positions. What in God's name is Weatherby doing?
Can't make contact with Weatherby, sir. Don't know what's going on there.
The first AT has arrived.
Sir, jet bombers.
Another AT gun delivered. Good work. One more AT delivered.
General, the 106th Division is breaking ranks.
Why the bloody hell isn't Weatherby rallying his men? The Jerrys are on his heels and he's leaving Bastogne wide open.
Still no response, sir.
Only 2 left to go. Excellent. Only 1 more needed. That's it. The anti-tank units are in place.
Sir, Field Marshal von Richter has contacted us. He's offering a ceasefire and wants you to meet him for a parley.
Accept it, Joe. Whatever he has to say, a ceasefire will give us time to prepare our defenses.
General Sheridan, at last we meet. I've been hoping that we would.
What is the purpose of this meeting, General?
I'm sure that you're aware that General Weatherby has made a wise choice to stop wasting the lives of his men.
General Weatherby has misbehaved in the face of the enemy. There will be consequences for that. And, as you may have noted, I am no Weatherby.
I've noticed that, General, as far back as Tunisia.
Well, if that's all...
No, wait. Sheridan, we've received special orders from Berlin.
What kind of special orders?
We are not to take prisoners of war anymore. Surrender now, while I can still guarantee the safety of you and your men. Other commanders will not be so generous.
How does an honorable man like you serve them? You know that I will never surrender. If we're gonna die, we'll die fighting.
Of course. That is your final word?
No. This is my final word. Nuts!
The 8th Corps deployed around Bastogne, sir.
Patton and Montgomery are advancing to relieve us. We just have to hold until they arrive.
Von Richter will throw everything he has at us. He'll try to surround us with his reserves to force a surrender.
Okay, Andrew. Who are our reserves?
All our anti-tank units are here.
We have a light tank base and some recon.
Sir, the reserves of the 28th and the anti-aircraft artillery are here.
A regiment of 101st Airborne has joined us. The rest of the division will get here as soon as they can.
General, the flyboys say there's no way to take off in this weather.
Okay, gentlemen, let's hurry. They'll be on us fast and hard.
The Jerrys are grouping. Prepare your defenses, Joe. Here it comes. Joe? Bastogne is our best defensive position in the area. We'll have to trap Jerry there.
We've received the new Chaffee light tank, sir.
They'll be good for making fast strikes or filling gaps in the line. They're quick.
We have movement from the crowd, sir.
Focus on their recon units, Joe. If they can't see us, they can't hit us.
Sir, here's the weather report.
Thank God. It should start clearing. If they're right, we'll get some air support.
General, reports indicate that they're intensifying their attacks.
Bringing up, sir.
We've got to hold on.
Unit report.
Sir, the AAF says it's clear enough to take off.
Damnation. Those are tanks. Von Richter confused the radio transmissions. The sly devil. There's a trick up his sleeve. You'll have to neutralize them before they destroy our reserves.
Sir, enemy aircraft heading towards us.
General, don't forget the air cover, or they'll drown us with bombs.
Unit reports damage, sir.
What the hell? They've got King Tigers.
Try to stay calm, Major Kowalski. If you must panic, do it elsewhere. Von Richter's sending paratroops. We have to defend our headquarters at any price. The lads know about the special order, Joe. They'll fight to the last man.
Sir, the rest of the 101st is coming by air. They'll drop near your HQ.
Hold tight, Joe. The reinforcements are close. Just a bit more. Patton's almost here.
We've made it, sir. Blood and Guts Patton is here, and the Krauts are falling back.
As usual, Von Richter wants to drop back to a defensive line, the Siegfried. This time we'll try to get him first.
Patton will attack from the south via Wiltz, then Clairvaux, and Montgomery will block him in the north via Houffalize.
So what's my best move?
You have your 8th Corps in reserve at Bastogne, and you have air superiority for the counter-offensive.
Sir, we're in contact with the 3rd Corps.
General Milligan here.
Glad to hear your voice, son.
Shut up and listen. Patton's told me to counterattack near Wiltz immediately. And he doesn't give a rat's ass that the Krauts have taken my recon. But I do. Now what can you get me?
Yes, sir, General. We'll get some eyes for you. Patton's moving. Clear the road for him. This might be a good opportunity to try out the new P-51 Mustang. What do you say, Joe?
What the hell are you doing? They're using my tanks for target practice.
Unit production.
Move your ass, General. I don't know about you, but we're not sightseeing here.
I'm too young to die.
Finally. Hell of a job, General. Thanks.
Sir, Patton has taken the town of Wiltz.
Well, they told me Sheridan was one hell of a wily bastard. Damn lucky for me they didn't exaggerate.
Finally, Montgomery's 21st Army Group.
We're holding here to resupply. Milligan out.
21st here, sir. There's a battalion of Jerry tank hunters our way. Would you mind terribly squashing them for us?
Sir, move to position and deploy structure.
Good news, sir. Monty has crossed the bridge. Marshal Montgomery, that is. Patton's facing a counterattack at Wiltz, sir. Sir, General Milligan wants to speak to you again.
Sheridan, you look bored, so I figured I'd call you. I got a country mile of Kraut tanks in front of me and nothing to hurt them with. I need your help to blow the bastards away.
Well, there's not much to add to his colorful description. The Germans are using their last jets. We must maintain control of the skies.
General, enemy bombers are heading for our airports.
You must absolutely protect the base.
Building deployment
General,
completed.
I recommend you camouflage them to keep them safe.
Exhausted, sir.
Excellent. They're pulling back. Without recon, they're ineffective.
Resources for that, sir.
Very good. For the moment, we're holding on. But I'd love to get rid of those planes once and for all.
Should we set up an anti-air defense, sir?
Head to the position.
HQ is sending a battalion of mobile artillery.
Enemy engaged.
They'll be deploying at Clairvaux to cover the German positions, but they'll need escort.
General, all the enemy bombers have been destroyed.
Pleasant to hear news like that, hmm? Von Richter's HQ isn't far. If we move fast, we could grab him before he pulls another Harry Houdini on us. Think you could get command of the sector?
Great stuff, General. They couldn't do a thing.
Very well. I'll get them on the line.
Milliken here. You telling me you want to run this mess? Patton says go, so I say go. Good luck, Sheridan.
Joe, Von Richter has moved his HQ to this side of the Siegfried line. Don't forget, we want that clever Jerry alive, Joe. Don't destroy his HQ building. Things are heating up for them. Stuka's incoming. Joe, we can't let those batteries advance without protection. Ah, excellent. Brilliantly done, Joe. Shall we have a chat with our Nazi friend? This is our golden chance. I'd imagine he knows quite a bit about Prometheus.
Definitely, Andrew. But we need to get to him before Patton or Monty do.
We have the 17th Airborne Division in reserve. We could get them up and over his headquarters in no time.
Do it. I'd like to chat with Von Richter before the MPs take him away.
So, you won the game, General Sheridan. Congratulations.
It is not a game. There are too many little white American crosses out there for it to be a game.
Ah, but it is. And we have the privilege to play it for the very highest stakes. Do you know why? Because if we do not, there are those who will play. And then there will be even more little white crosses.
General, I have one question. It concerns someone who caused many of those deaths. Who is the spy, Prometheus?
Ah, Prometheus. 2 years of priceless reports for nothing. But I can't tell you. Only Canaris knew his identity, and he's been arrested for plotting to kill Hitler. They took him to Flossenburg camp.
Admiral Canaris? The head of your intelligence service.
Precisely. Like him, I wish to buy time for Germany, General, not for the Nazi Party. A little more time with the new weapons might have made a difference, but now that's your problem, I'm afraid.
Why is that?
Because those weapons are going to end up in Russian hands.
Joe?
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. We need to get to Flossenburg camp.
Yes, and from there to the Elbe as fast as possible.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Take your time, Angie.
Before Canaris was arrested, he discovered that Prometheus had been killed in late 42. In Algiers.
And what agent was using that code name?
That's the thing. Canaris never found out. But he did discover something that might be even more important.
Which is?
Prometheus was feeding intel to the Russians about German weapons research.
So Prometheus was a double agent, even a triple agent. But why?
To prolong the war in the West.
Of course. The longer it lasts, the more territory the Russians can take in the East.
Not to mention the latest German technology. The weapons that Von Richter hoped would help save his country.
That's what it's all about. The Soviets have a group, Department 7, that picks up technology as their army advances.
How do you know they're going to be in Torgau?
Canaris told me about a major research facility near Torgau. I don't know where it is, but we better find it before the Russians do.
Andrew, I think we're in a hurry again.
We heard back from Washington and London. Securing Torgau is highest priority. But there's one small problem.
Which is?
No direct conflict with the Russians. We're still allies, at least on paper.
What are the Russians doing?
The first front of the Ukraine is driving to Torgau from the east. We have to get there first. We shouldn't underestimate the troops we're facing. They're remnants of the 20th Corps with their HQ at Torgau.
But what's the fastest way? There are 3 possible routes.
It's up to you to decide which you prefer, Joe. Just capture that HQ before the Russians do. Ah, one more thing. The Luftwaffe is grouping its remaining squadrons here to defend Torgau, including Hans Rudel's. Here we are, Torgau and the Elbe, the line of contact. Joe, we have to capture the German HQ, and we have only 1 regiment of Paras to do it. If we lose them, we fail the objective.
Sir, the M19 AAs are awaiting orders. We have air recon in the sector waiting for orders, sir. General, the Calliope squadron is waiting for orders.
We should keep an infantry rear guard to avoid any surprises.
The Jackson tank hunters just arrived, sir.
It's almost time for a showdown with our Russian allies.
What should we expect from them, sir?
With Prometheus working for them from the beginning, it could be anything.
Engagement in progress.
Look, they've got Pumas, sir.
Careful, that recon vehicle can even damage tanks.
Fighter bombers incoming.
Damnation, it's Rudel's madman. A new recon plane is taking off.
Reinforcements have arrived.
I must thank you again for saving Angie Summers from Colditz, Joe. She's one of our best. She fed us invaluable intel on the Reich's military research.
Sir, the enemy fighters are keeping our fighter bombers away.
A new recon plane is taking off. We have a countermeasure. The Psych Warfare Group has developed some techniques to ruin their morale. Joe, there's a fighter squadron coming to help clean up the Luftwaffe.
The Soviets are closing. Hurry up, General.
Let's hope Department 7 hasn't looted the German research center yet. If so, we'll be in it up to our necks.
Receiving report. Unit engaging hostiles. You have the coordinates. Proceed to position. Yes, sir. Seek some new coordinates. Squad commander. Target unit and following coordinates.
General, the Soviets are about to take the city.
Is no longer being observed.
Brilliant work. Torgau is ours. Angie, Miss Summers and I will find the research center.
Congratulations, sir. Now that we've linked up with the Ruskies, Germany will surrender in a matter of days.
As long as Prometheus's activities don't start a new war, Kowalski.
Gentlemen, it is with great emotion that I announce the surrender of all German forces. The war in Europe is almost over.
But where is that damn research center? We've been interrogating their officers for days.
Very close, sir. Just on the other side of the Elbe, in the Soviet zone.
So, forbidden to us.
Well, perhaps not. We have an idea.
The German army has surrendered, but certain fanatics have refused to comply.
And how does this help us?
Well, the Germans have strict orders to quell these mutinies.
In other words, Germans against Germans.
Exactly. We will therefore be regular German troops facing the mutineers who are holding the research center. And I'm sure that their commanding officer shares our point of view about the weapons and the Russians.
Don't tell me. Von Richter.
Indeed.
You've outdone yourself. Let's go, fast, and grab that center while our troops drink with the Russians in Torgau.
I cannot stress enough that we must avoid an incident with the Soviets. We must act under the cover of von Richter's troops. From now on, we are German troops, so that means we get to play with their toys.
And your High Command can deny any involvement.
They're playing with us. That was a decoy.
General, we have ID'd a new German tank prototype.
Good Lord, that's a monster. I never suspected that they'd already built one. Joe, we can't win a face-to-face with a tank as powerful as the Maus. The best thing would be to take out their recon and blind them.
Sir, we've identified another prototype.
We'd better not leave any functional units behind. If these monsters fall into the hands of Stalin's Department 7... Need I say more? That means a fanatic defense with excellent weaponry. Only one prototype remaining.
Yes, sir. Ordering unit heading forward.
Excellent! You've done it!
Yes, but there's more trouble at hand. The Russians are building up in front of us. They know about the facilities.
Taking it was the easy part. Now we have to hold it.
We've searched the prototype factory for secret weapons, sir. Some scary stuff in there.
Like a prototype of a new V2, Joe. A model that might have changed the tide of the war.
We've rescued what we can of the plans and personnel, sir. I'm afraid we can't take the V2 with us.
If everyone's clear, go ahead and blow it.
They're placing the mines as we speak.
I think we've all earned medals that we'll never be able to talk about.
Damn! Soviet T-34's on their way. Tell the engineers to hurry. We can't hold them for long.
The Guards' 5th Army has cut us off from the Elbe, and the 3rd Army is ready to finish us.
I'll give the engineers a hand. Try to buy us some time.
Prepare your defenses, Joe. They'll try anything and everything to get through.
Excellent. We can build our own mouse now.
The new mobile anti-aircraft units will keep their planes away. Plus, we have a few jet fighters and bombers.
Completed.
That new mobile artillery is going to cause some serious pain, sir.
New ruse is...
Joe, the regular army can't help without starting World War III with the Russians.
General, I may be of use here. Elements of the 4th Fallschirmjäger ended up on the Soviet side when they retreated from Italy.
And I imagine they prefer our POW camps to Ivan's.
There is no question. The Russians will shoot them or enslave them.
Well, let's join up and see if they'll lend a hand. Look, General, they're massing their units on our perimeter. I don't like that at all.
The Ruskies are on the offensive now, sir.
Take out their recon to blind them, Joe.
Squad commander, target unit.
The Panzerjägers are blocked by a Russian bunker. We have to destroy it.
Heavy tanks incoming, sir. It's gonna get ugly.
They've started sending in fighter bombers.
Disposal.
Grim news, Joe. They're sending advanced prototype tanks against us.
Enemy neutralized.
General, we can build decoy buildings. What do you think? Worth a try?
Sir, the Russians are deploying paratroopers.
Net deployment in progress, sir.
Sir, Russian paratroopers are dropping on our right flank to keep us from getting to the Flampanzers.
Damnation. It's the Russian steamroller. They'll be sending waves of infantry.
Reported. Supply depot nearly out. Unit reports heavy fire.
Sir, the Russian artillery is firing on us. They're targeting the supply depots.
Watch out in the forest, Joe. The Russians have a lot of practice ambushing there.
General Sheridan, the Panzerjägers are yours.
Rookies are training. They'll be ready soon.
General, all the explosives have been planted. Give me just a minute, and we can blow the center.
Flampanzers are now yours, General.
Engagement in progress. Receiving.
Oh, bad news. We have some manifests that say a dozen prototypes were shipped to a location in Thuringia.
Let's hope the Russians don't know. Regardless, we must blow up this facility and deny it to them.
It's done, General. We've mined the V2s.
Great. Now we can leave the rest to the boys in heavy artillery.
Take a look at that, Joe.
Huh, what do you know? Kate.
I'm sorry I had to show you that, Joe. But it does explain a few things.
Sure does. We gotta give her credit. Under our noses from the very beginning, with access to all our sensitive files.
Yes, she's Prometheus. And she's looking for the Nazis' secret weapons. We can deny the factory, Joe, but knowing her, I don't think the missing prototypes will stay missing for long.
We'd better get moving, General. They're closing in.
Yes, we better move fast.
Yeah, sure. God damn! Sound the retreat. Tell them to blow those rockets. We're done here.
intelligence has confirmed that Kate and the 7th Department have the missing prototypes.
So, what do the eggheads tell us about those secret weapons?
They work. It means Kate and her friends have nuclear capacity, Joe.
And according to recon photos we got this morning, they're being deployed in the German state of Thuringia.
Why there?
The 8th Guards army is there, and its commanders are notoriously eager to keep marching west. I'll bet they've enlisted the help of Kate and Department 7 to do just that.
And from there she could hit almost anything in Germany.
So, it's only a matter of days before they can launch a warhead.
What are our options?
We could launch a preemptive strike. Better that and infuriating the Soviets than letting Kate nuke half of Germany.
But with which units? The Allied occupation armies are stretched thin from Austria to the Baltic.
We've got Monty's British 21st Army Group in the north, my own U.S. 1st Army in the center, and Leduc's French 1st Army in the south.
Don't forget von Richter's transition army to the rear. Patton organized it from German POWs.
But we can't mobilize more than one of them without creating gaps along the border. You'll have to choose one.
Besides, Eisenhower won't approve any major offensive against the Soviets, not with the risk of starting another war.
That won't happen if we get hard evidence of the intentions of the fanatics in the 8th Guards Army.
Then we'll make it a limited operation. At first, we'll take airborne troops to build a base camp and resupply them by air.
You want to organize an airlift in the middle of Soviet territory?
Exactly. They've got a huge tank force on the border, but they don't expect us to bypass it from the air.
It is, indeed. Especially because you'll need at least 2 runways to supply all the gear, which means 2 bases to defend simultaneously.
Seems risky.
I know that, but the advantages of this plan are worth the flaws. We'll hit Kate right where it hurts.
We're in the Dragon's Lair now.
Sir, I'm afraid that we're unable to airlift in engineers or pass them through the Russian tank lines.
Bloody hell. That means no bases. Our only choice is to take the Russian bases, Joe.
Remember to protect the airfields to make sure we get supplies.
The base in the south belongs to their 11th Tank Corps. I'm sure they'll be turning their attention to us shortly. We don't have enough supplies. We'll need to capture their depots.
Sir, it looks like there's an abandoned base in the Steinbach sector.
Reporting.
Careful of their air defenses, Joe. Clever Ivan. It's a trap. That base was not deserted.
The zone has been secured.
Very well done, General.
Sir, we're getting reports of further supply lines being created. Sir, I can confirm that. A new supply line is starting to roll.
We don't have enough supplies. This is HQ. New unit production requested.
General, the enemy is deploying artillery that can reach our base. The base in the north sector is held by their 28th Guards Rifle Corps. Capturing it would be real cool. Camouflaging our base could be a wise idea. Otherwise, they'll be targeted by enemy planes and artillery.
Receiving report.
A ground attack is on its way, sir.
Excellent. We're secured on this side.
Hostile hands. Receiving report.
General, they're sending the latest tank prototypes. Some scary bastards.
Their base seems to be rather well defended.
General, the enemy has activated a new supply line.
Sir, unit destroyed.
My God, Joe. We have to find a way to limit her supplies.
Sir, we found out that the 8th Guards Army's main base is to the north.
Eisenhower is in the middle of a diplomatic arm wrestle with Marshal Zhukov to keep the rest of the Russian army from interfering. So we have to settle this fast.
It seems that the cause of world peace requires one last effort from us, Joe.
Hey there, Joe. Remember me?
Sure I do. Last time I saw you, you were on your way to D.C.
I took the long route via Moscow.
Kate, you know you can't win this. You know what I can do.
You don't understand, Joe. First, we have a nuclear bomb.
And if you keep bothering me, I'll use it.
I know, you would.
I will.
Second, I won't give this up. I can't. Not any more than you could give up your beloved US of A.
Not even for my beautiful brown eyes?
That's my line. Seriously, Joe, leave.
I'm building a great country. Communism is the future. It's inevitable.
And for that, you have no problem giving war secrets to the Nazis?
Fascism, democracy, who cares? You're all part of history now.
The modern world is gonna roll right over you. Get out while you're still alive, Joe.
Is that all you have to say? Because you know I won't turn around.
Too bad. You're a victim of a system of misguided beliefs.
See you, Joe.
In hell, dear.
Without fuel, that nuclear V2 won't get very far.
Without fuel and without the element of surprise, the prototypes have no strategic value to the Russians.
So, we're free to act?
Yes, Marshal Yukov declared the 8th Guards Army commander a renegade who was acting without the knowledge of the Politburo. So, Eisenhower has approved a full-scale operation. He's even airlifting a nuclear artillery battery to finish her off.
They've hung her out to dry. When?
It'll be here in a few hours, but you have to hold the line and keep the airfield open for it.
And once the battery arrives, well, it's goodbye, Kate.
Good Lord! Do you see what that thing can do? We've been able to recover some of the Russian vehicles. They'll help us hold on until the reinforcements arrive. Joe, our supplies are critically low. We need new supply lines or we'll be forced to surrender.
Yes, sir. General, they're sending in their paratroopers.
Now finish them! Let's go! Move, move, move! They won't bother you anymore.
The 8th Guards Army's commanders are launching their offensive, sir.
For what we're about to receive.
Sir, the Russians are launching their planes.
Careful, Joe. The Russians are gaining control of the air.
They're sending their most advanced fighters, sir.
Be careful, Joe. You don't want to tango with the Russians' heavy infantry. They're sending in their newest tank destroyer models, Joe.
Assault guns incoming. Don't let them fire on our base. Russian bombers incoming, sir.
Where in God's name is that blasted Long Tom?
Sir, it's on its way. They're doing what they can. Nuclear launch detected, sir. The Russians are firing a German V2 on us.
Their aim is improving with each trial. The next one is likely to be fatal. Joe, she's wiping us out, one by one.
The Ruskies are launching an attack against our western outpost.
We must hold this second front line, or Kate's minions will make their way round to our main base.
Sir, reporting enemy.
General, the Long Tom is almost there.
Just a bit longer, General. It's not the time to fold.
Report. Enemy unit is...
Sir, it's here. The nuclear artillery is under your command.
The nuclear artillery battery has dropped. Move fast, Joe. History's watching you. Well then, General. I'm not sure we're ready for this moment, but here it is. Time to send them to hell. Time to hurry, Joe. General.
Sir, the reports say they're preparing another V2. Affirmative, sir. There's another V2 in preparation.
Unit reports damage, sir. Destroyed. Sir?
The target has been destroyed, General.
Well, that's the end of that.
Yeah, but it's the beginning of something else.
Very true. Stalin's locked up half of Europe behind his Iron Curtain.
And I bet he wants the rest of it as well.
Well, if he's like Kate, it's not that he wants the rest. He thinks the rest is already his, just in the possession of unlawful owners.
So what will you do now?
Take leave, see Europe, but without the bullets. And then see what Uncle Sam wants me to do next. Maybe in the Pacific.
If you want to see Europe, I can recommend an excellent guide. Multilingual, well-traveled, and badly in need of a holiday.
No kidding. You know, that doesn't sound half bad.
Well, just don't forget to leave me a forwarding address, that's all.